So this is Q3, week 8, Monday. We're ready on yesterday. So it says name the cross section area of the cube below. This is a diagonal cross section inside that cube. So what is shaded in the darker color is what is the cross section that you're supposed to decide what it is, and that is a triangle. Number 2 says what is the radius of a circle below if the area is 28.27? Okay? I want you all to write down the formula for area equals pi r squared. So we know the area, so I put it in for the A. So I put in 28.27 equals pi, because pi is always going to say pi. I don't know my radius, so that radius is going to be squared. So then my next step is to box up my radius squared and divide by pi, divide by pi. When I divide this side by pi, I get 8.99 equals my radius squared. What I did in this problem though, I rounded my 8.99 to 9 equals my radius squared. Then to find what the radius is, if this is squared, you do the square root on this side, square root on this side. So 3 equals my radius. Number 3, you are to find the volume of these two cylinders. So we need to find the volume of both of them. You need to write down that volume equals pi r squared times the height. Or volume equals the area of a circle times the height. Because area is pi r squared. So I'm going to start with the bigger one on the bottom, and I'm using this formula. So I start with pi. My radius is 3. So it'd be 3 squared times my height is also 3. I just put that in my calculator and I get 84.82. Do you have your calculator up? Can you get it up for me? And I'm going to show how to type that in on the calculator. When you type it into your calculator, we have pi times 3 squared times 3. So I'm just going to do pi times 3 squared times 3. See how I get my answer? You don't even have to use parentheses or anything. So then I go do the same thing with the smaller one. It would be pi. My radius here is 2. So it's pi times 2 squared, and my height is also 2. I just type it into my calculator the way I did it before, and it is 25.13. So what I was going to do to both of these is add them together, because you have to add the big one plus the small one, and you can use your calculator, and you get 109.95. Number 4, these two angles form 90 degrees. What is it called when two angles add to equal 90 degrees? No, they become a right angle. They become 90 degrees. But what is it called? It either starts with a C or an S. They're complementary, you need to write this down. Because there's complementary angles and supplementary angles. Complementary angles equals 90 degrees. So then, if we know one is 60, I just take 90 minus 60 would be 30 degrees. Many of you were probably able to get that the answer was 30 degrees, but you have to know that it also means complementary. Number 5. We have to find the missing angle, so we know 2 of them. So what do they have to add on? What all?
180.
Okay, 180. So I have 20 plus 135 is 155. Then I take 180 minus 155, and I get 25 degrees. For 6, I want you to draw the diagram that is there, because this way you'll have this diagram for later. So we have parallel lines, and we have a line that is intersecting them. We want to know what we have. Y here and X here. If the Y is here and the X is here, those are called alternating interior angles. Interior meaning they go under between these 2 lines. They're on the inside of these 2 lines. Okay? No, they're on the inside. So if this angle is right here, it would also be right here. And then if I look at these 2 angles, this X and this Y, they are vertical angles, so they alternating angles have to equal each other. Seven is kind of a long one, but it's 7 and 8. What was the average? So I have to find the average amount of books read per student according to this histogram.
So add them all together.
So, well, first, you have to figure out how many books were read. So if these are the number of books, 0 books times 7. So I've got 0 times 7 plus 1 book times 9 people, so 1 times 9 plus 2 books times 6 people plus 3 books times 4 people. When I add all of that up, that would be 33 books. Then I have to figure out my number of students. So there would be 7 in this, plus 9 students here, plus 6 students here, plus 4 students. student. And we said it needed to be books per student. So I put books on top, books per student. So then it is 33 over 26. Which that answer is 1.269. Which I'm just gonna average into a whole book, so it's just one book per student.